Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the Godfather Dictator, and I know we're halfway through the month of January already, but I wanted to wish a Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had some nice holidays and everything, and wish you the best for 2020. So now I'm bringing an old but gold game, in my opinion. Um, what made me replay that game is not really for any specific reason. I was kind of missing Splinter Cell in general, and I remember that I did my walkthrough back then. I think it was on PS3. I recall. I don't think the PS4 was even out at that time. But overall, I thought I would redo if you want. I was gonna say as a Joker redemption run, no, but I would redo an improved walkthrough if you want of my previous one, which will include pretty much all the mission except one. I kind of gave up on it in the long run. I'm gonna talk about it later when there's a little time where I'm not doing anything. So I don't recall either because I rewatched my old run, and of course this one will be way superior in every aspect. There's even a mission back then that I never managed to fully ghost. That this time I found a way to 100% ghost it. So I was pretty happy. So this walkthrough will be for all the mission that I'm doing. The mission will be done in single segment, and it's not like a full blown speed run ghost or where I'm trying to do get a high score. I'm not gonna do all the exploration and all that stuff. It's been done. There's someone, I don't know if you guys remember the guy. There's Pre-Natural back then that had already done that high score run, speed run, and all of this for that game. So I'm not gonna focus on that. Right now, it's just gonna be some improved strategy from what I did back then, and also the run in general is just gonna be better quality because this is redone on PC recently, and the refresh rate and everything from those years will say I have improved greatly. So that will be it. That's the description of the run. And now I'm gonna get into, if you want, the strategy. And that, guys, you can see he glitch sometimes with the movement. And there's one thing that I notice in this game, because it's not that old of a game, but it's still pretty old, by gaming standard, if you want. Okay, and a few things that you can notice and realize when you're playing the game on PC is, back then, obviously, if you played on PS3, this was not it might have been 60 FPS, but I don't think it was a true 60 FPS, if you get what I mean. I could be wrong, all right? I'm not gonna pretend that I know exactly how the FPS was working back then on PlayStation. To me, if they were saying it was 60, I think it may have been close to 60, but not a real 60, if that makes sense. But you can see that when you play on PC, there will be, if you want, kind of an inconsistency with the AI pattern depending on what frame you're playing at. And one of the mission that I'm not doing, which is Special Mission HQ, was actually the mission that was affected by that the most. And what was happening is that if I would play with 144 hertz, because that's my Asus monitor, and I mean, you must have heard recently that it upgraded to 360 and all of that, so it's not even it's that high by standard. But if you do that mission at high FPS, there's a moment where you're in the garage structure with the general, and the cutscene will never proceed. He will never move out of his spot after having the conversation with the soldier down there. So to be able to actually make it past that point, you need to lower your hertz to 60 and even enable. I never do that shit because I hate it, but even enable VSync to try to keep it stable at 60, because if not, the cutscene don't trigger, And I mean, it goes much more further than that. Like, I'm gonna get into it. But I remember back then also my old run. I point out I'm not taking that route here for some reason. I was taking the stairs. Like I didn't even know. I think you could go on the side of the building, which is what I'm doing now. Another interesting thing I want to point out here towards the dog is I notice, and that's another thing that makes me kind of hate the AI of that game, is that sometimes I would throw a noisemaker and I would make it past the dog and it would say undisturbed. While other time I would throw a noisemaker and I would make it past the dog and it would say evaded, you know, which goes through the Panther style, which will void the full ghost run. And like I don't really know what causes that. I would love to be able to say you know, the specific reason why something like this would occur, but I have no fucking clue. So once you reach that area, you're gonna wait. Like, those guys are gonna have a really short conversation, and after you're gonna try to stay on the right side of the map up until you can reach like part of that small roof right there. And as soon as you get up on the roof, the dog in this game, I forgot how incredible they are. Like, they have great smell, obviously. So as soon as you make it like in their range, if you want, because they have a certain range that if you get close enough, they can smell you. Like, they're gonna bark for a bit until they kind of lose your scent, you know. And here I also try to speed things up by throwing a noisemaker to see if it would make that guard here move and go investigate, but it did not. So now, while we have a little bit of waiting time to go back with the mission of Special Mission HQ, is that not only it will affect, you know, the cutscene and the structure when you change the Earth, but also, I don't know if you remember that part where you kind of have to go like plant a USB to retrieve information regarding the Blacklist, and then you have to go retrieve that USB. And when you go do that, there's some guard, you know, coming in and like going in on certain different route for a patrolling pattern, you know. And this part was also really inconsistent, where depending on how it would trigger the first part of this area, the second wave of guard would stay back instead of coming in the big room. Bunch of tiny little thing that when I was doing it and I wanted to do it in single segment, usually I would have pushed more for it, but it was just a fucking waste of time. Like, nothing would basically go my way when it was supposed to, and after, when I was redoing it from a checkpoint, it was working. Overall, that mission is terrible. It's an inconsistent pile of shit, and it sucks because like the whole fucking game is great, but that mission for a single segment is terrible. And even so, that I forgot how much the mission stretched out, if you want, like how far it goes. At first, I thought I would be done once I do the USB thing, and then you have like way more encounter than what you would think, and it's just really freaking annoying. So you know already ahead in this run that you will not see Special Mission HQ because of that. But every other run will be there, and it doesn't change anything to me because the Special Mission HQ was done back then, and I think it was done like just fine. That even if it wasn't done in single segment, like I'm doing it for all the mission this time around, the mission was good enough the way I did it. And if it would have been more consistent, where I could have, you know, done it and it would have been reliable, I would have pushed for it. But it just got too much on my nerve, and I kind of don't have also as much patience as I used to back then. So anyway, that's about it for the first mission. Pretty straightforward. I mean, you see that I did it pretty damn fast, and that's going to be the thing for the rest of the mission. So again, I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, and I will catch you up on the next one. See you guys. Peace.